Please do not touch my car.
If you don't open the door, I'm going to smash it.
What for?
Because it comes back to a black Merc and I want to make sure your docs are all in order.
It's not a Mercedes.
Pardon?
It's not a Merc.
Black Jaguar it comes back to. Now open
It is black. Look at the roof. The law states that this is supposed, you have to, if you change over 1 quarter of your car, what are you doing, mate?
If you don't open the window and shut the car off now and do as you're told.
The car is shut off. Why you got a baton out?
Count to 3. 1.
Why have you got...
You're being video and audio recorded.
Alright, fair enough. There's no need for the baton.
There is, because you're not doing as you're told. You're going to be yourself lifted to check your documents, because at this minute in time, I don't think you've got any.
I haven't got any on me.
Full offence. It's road traffic act. You're not doing as you're told. Now wind the window down and pass me your driving licence. Do as you're told.
I don't have my driving licence on me.
Then there'll be no damage, will there?
I don't have my driving licence on me.
Tell me how and what it should be done.
Right, the car doesn't need to be changed colour because it's not been 100% changed. If you look at the roof, it is still black.
Right, well I don't know that, do I?
Well, you're the
don't know
police
that, do I?
officer, mate. You're supposed to know that.
You'll get a ticket for something.
This incident begins as a routine traffic stop and rapidly spirals into a textbook example of ego-driven policing. The driver is stopped over a supposed mismatch between the vehicle's paint color and police records. From the very first interaction, the driver remains calm, cooperative, and communicative. He explains the situation clearly and attempts to comply without unnecessary escalation. However, instead of clarifying the issue, the attending sergeant immediately frames the encounter as a power struggle. What should have been a simple verification turns into confrontation, setting the stage for threats, misuse of authority, and ultimately, an arrest that raises serious legal and ethical questions.
Wait, sorry, you're finding something to ticket me for?
What you're saying to me is, I'm a police officer, I should know everything. When it's pitch black, right, for start off with, I'm stopping your car because it's coming back as a black, whatever it is.
Right.
You're not doing as you're told, therefore I'm going to get the situation safe by getting the keys and getting you out of the car and getting you in handcuffs. It's as simple as that, and you're going to be arrested for driving
Well,
matters,
this is
i.e.
my
no
vehicle.
Insurance and no licence.
This is my vehicle.
Right, well then do as you're told.
Right,
Do as you're
there's
told.
no need to be so aggressive.
No, I'm being aggressive because you're not doing as you're told, and I don't know whether you're going to try and floor it out of here and run me down, etc, etc.
I ain't getting out of there.
You're turning a simple traffic stop into a big issue. You're going to get yourself arrested in a second for obstructing police and for driving matters. Do you understand? If you don't do as you're told. Now I'm asking you, open the door and get out so I can confirm who you are or show me some identification.
I can confirm who I am from here, thank you.
As per
With the way you've been...
per the road traffic law, you're meant to produce your driving licence and insurance to me. Why have you got an attitude towards us and saying you can't do this, you can't do that?
One of the most alarming moments comes when the sergeant introduces a baton into the interaction. The driver is stationary, the engine is off, and there is no sign of aggression or flight risk. Despite this, the sergeant threatens to smash the vehicle window if immediate compliance isn't given. This is not officer safety, it's coercion. Baton deployment is justified only when there is an imminent threat, and none exists here. The baton appears not as a defensive tool, but as a compliance weapon, used to intimidate rather than protect. That single decision fundamentally changes the legal tone of the entire stop.
Baton, first of all,
Because you wouldn't
you don't
open
need
the
to be
door.
so aggressive.
You
Why do I
wouldn't
need to
open
open
the
the door? You can confirm who I
Because
am
want
from
to get
outside the car.
situation safe and the car switched off.
The car is being switched off as soon as you got here, mate. As soon as I pulled up, I turned the car off.
I didn't know that, did I? I didn't know that, did I?
Did you not hear the diesel engine?
I didn't hear that, did I? You're being argumentative, like I've just said to you. You are turning a simple traffic stop into something more complicated. I'm stopping you because your vehicle comes back as a black vehicle. At this minute in time, all I can see is blue. If I can bottom that out, I can bottom that out. I'm the sergeant from the No Excuse team. You can see the blue lights. You've been ordered to stop. You're not abiding by the road traffic law.
I've stopped and I've put my keys up here, as you can see. My car is stopped.
Right, open the door because I want to have a look at the tint on the windows. Open the door, I want to have a look at the tint of the windows.
Well,
Thank you. So it's not too difficult, is it? It's not too difficult.
The justification for the stop quickly collapses under scrutiny. UK vehicle law does not require records to be updated unless the primary color of the vehicle changes. In this case, the roof remains black, maintaining the vehicle's dominant color classification. The driver correctly explains this, yet the sergeant dismisses it outright. This isn't a misunderstanding, it's refusal to accept correct information. When officers reject established guidance and substitute personal interpretation, enforcement becomes arbitrary. The law isn't flexible based on authority or attitude, and ignorance of it cannot be corrected through threats or escalation.
You can put the phone down as well.
Definitely not.
Definitely not.
Not with the way you've been pulling battens out.
You'll be arrested.
What for?
Pardon?
What for?
I've just explained to you. Obstructing police, not allowing me to do my duty, and not allowing me to check whether you've got a driving licence and insurance, which I'm empowered to do with the road traffic law.
Yes, I understand that. I understand that completely.
So then why are you being argumentative?
Because to check my driving licence, you don't need to open my door. I told you I don't have a driving licence on me.
I need you to come and sit in my car.
I'm not going to do that, I'm afraid.
I need to bottom out whether you're drunk or not, or you've had a beer. And I can't do that out here.
I'm sorry, do you have reasonable suspicion?
Yes.
Can you get your phone out recording, mate? Because this guy's very aggressive.
He's got cans in here, and your behaviour. I need to.
What, a can of Coke Zero? This man has a can of Coke Zero, and you're saying that I'm drinking because of it?
Any vodka in there or anything? No.
No.
Right, you're in
I'm under arrest. Sorry, what for?
Time. Suspicion of driving, no insurance, no license.
Right, get a camera, mate. Here, take that.
The sergeant's statement that he will find something to ticket the driver is not a slip. It's an admission. At that moment, enforcement ceases to be about legality and becomes about punishment. Policing cannot operate on retrospective justification. You cannot decide an outcome first and search for an offense later. This statement poisons everything that follows. Any subsequent action is no longer impartial. It becomes retaliatory. That distinction matters legally because it speaks directly to intent. Once enforcement turns personal, lawful authority begins to collapse under its own weight.
You need to calm down.
No, you need to calm down. Do as you're told.
I have done nothing
You've
wrong.
You've turned a simple traffic stop into being arrested.
And you are bending my arm extremely aggressively.
Because I'm detaining you. It's as simple as that. We're allowed to use force. We're allowed to use reasonable force to get somebody detained. Now get out the car and do as you're told.
Don't stop pulling that. That's attached inside my arm. I mean, it's attached inside my arm. How much more of a description do you need?
What do you mean attached inside your arm?
It is inside my arm.
Is it?
It's a medical device, mate.
Well, I don't know that, do I? Listen to me, you've got a major attitude.
It's because you're grabbing things out of my arm. I'm telling you, there's something attached in my arm and you're pulling it.
And I want to make the situation safe. This chap in here, I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what you're doing. I'm on my own. I want to go home at the end of the day. It's as simple as that. You're turning a simple traffic stop into an actual nightmare. You have. You've been non-compliant throughout. Non-compliant throughout. You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned somebody later on in court. You are under arrest at this minute in time, suspicion of driving this car, no insurance, no licence.
The sergeant repeatedly claims officer safety as justification for his actions. Yet those claims unravel almost immediately. The engine is audibly off. The keys are visible. The driver remains seated and calm. Once those facts are established, the safety rationale no longer exists. Instead of reassessing, the sergeant pivots, first to window tint, then to alcohol suspicion. This pattern is revealing. Each justification appears only after the previous one fails. This is escalation by substitution, not risk assessment. Lawful policing requires objective reasoning, not a rotating list of excuses to maintain control.
What charges did you bring against Jeff Cott?
So in the application for summons, I alleged 4 offences. So the first one was false imprisonment in relation to the way that Jeff Cott had arrested Carl. I also alleged common assault in relation to his use of the baton quite so early into the interaction. And then I alleged 2 public order offences in relation to the statements he was making, his aggression and his tone throughout the incident. Essentially, we had to continue to chase over the space of, I would say, around a year to actually get a decision.
And what was it, Cram's decision?
The decision was effectively that there was not evidence that Jeff Cott had committed any offences.
Jeff Cott had been left twisting in the wind for 4 long years, not knowing whether or not he'd be prosecuted or sacked. As a result, he threw in the towel and resigned from Dorset Police. Ben in particular spent weeks preparing the judicial review and the oral arguments, which took a full 90 minutes to recite in the High Court. He did us proud. Regardless of this, we both agree it was worth the investment because it achieved our aim: to have Jeff Cott removed from the force.
The arrest itself is where the interaction fully detaches from legal grounding. Claims of no insurance and no license are made without verification. The driver never refuses to provide details. He simply does not have documents on him, which UK law allows to be produced later. Obstruction is also cited, despite no lawful order being obstructed. Obstruction cannot exist simply because an officer dislikes how compliance is delivered. Arrest is a last resort, not a tool to reassert dominance. Here, it is used precisely for that purpose, to regain control of a situation already mishandled.